have you been? Been searching all along, keep pacing twilight on and on, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping yet the real question to be asked: where have I been? I'm a shapeshifter, I've posed masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, what else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dark. Moments of calm, nothing left to be found. A mirror right in front of me is where I find an empty glass, reflecting the sad truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need the mask. I'm a shapeshifter, I've posed masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, chained down to my core. Please don't take off my mask, my place to tell you how to see me, just a cage of bones, there's nothing left inside. Will it harness me, burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a shapeshifter, I'd pose masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter, have no face to show. Please don't take off my mask, my disguise. Oh, my disguise.
Where have you been? Been searching all along. Was facing twilight all alone, without a clue, without a sign, without grasping it. The only question that I have is where I've been. I'm a shapeshifter at post masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a shapeshifter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute pleasure to meet you again. My name is Yagami and I welcome you to the stream. Oh yes, of course, the book quote of the day. Many of us are by the fire forsaken. I speak of thine kind and mine. Behold this city, we are like kindred spirits. Face in the darkness within us. Fear not the dark, my friend, but let the feast begin. Today is a beautiful day and we are going to be resuming our race. Are we going to be amongst the top ones, or are we going to be falling short? That is something to be decided in the next coming weeks. But for now, I'm almost there. Almost there. Just give me a bunch of seconds and we will be with you.
Just a cage of bones. There's nothing inside. Will I finally break, tearing down all the walls? Is there a way to set me free?
Brahim, Sahaf Tariq, Walaikum Salam. How are you doing, my brother? So nice of you to join me.
justice will prevail.
Of course, the microphone was muted. You know, my usual stuff. Everything I was saying up to now. Yeah, I do apologize, guys. The good news is we just started the stream, so we averted a bigger problem. So, hello to everyone. Anis, Sahaf Tariq. What an epic stream by Muhammad. Thank you so much. Ibrahim said, Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum salam, Sahaf Tariq. And thank you so much, Unknown Solo, for bringing to my attention the fact that my microphone was stupidly muted. I do double between many things at the same time, so sometimes, or not sometimes, I regularly forgot to unmute my stream. So, for those of you who don't know what I'm doing currently, is I am participating in Path of Exile event, which is the flashback. It's a race, whereas there is a ladder and many people are competing at the same time to rank the highest in the server. The highest means whoever gets the, level 100 or, 5 levels below. And my aim is to, if I'm lucky, hit level 95. Currently I'm level 61, which is not bad. However, I did hit some delays, so I do not expect to be amongst the top 500 as I was expecting. And I was saying, for those of you who are familiar with World of Warcraft, this build I'm doing is kind of like a warlock, kind of like an affliction type warlock. Might do damage over time, spells that focuses on some sort of a poison kind of aura and all those things. So this is what it is. And this current thing that I'm doing now, this map that I'm playing, is called the Ascendancy. It's kind of a trial map where you prove your worth by battling the map boss. The boss is a pretty tough, entity that challenges you 3 times throughout it with it, and you have to battle through many traps and enemies and everything in order to reach it. So after you defeat him 3 times, you have the right to ascend. Ascending means that you become specialized like this in as a character, as a shadow. You start as a shadow and then you ascend into another of your speciality. Every character in this game has 3, except from the Scion, which is another story. But for me, for this build especially, I ascended as a trickster, as you can see, which is really good. It gives me a lot of good things. This is the tree that many sees and decides, you know what, maybe Path of Exile is not the game for me. Which is understandable, isn't it? Okay, so what I'm doing is lab compass. I do want to check a thing or two before we proceed. This is a labyrinth. And labyrinths are notorious for us, easily being, lost. So there is secrets in the labyrinth that I'm doing currently. If you can brave them all, you find some really good bonuses. So there are hidden shrines throughout these maps that you might be able to find, and if you do, they will give you a big bonus to fight Izaro, which is the laboratory, or the trials boss. And what we are looking is some sort of a hidden contraption with a secret passage that lead us to where we need. Now, do not worry. I'm used to finding these things. It just takes a tiny bit of time, but we will find it. All right. It does involve trying to look through the map. As you can see, I need the map because, and once I reach it, I can see some sort of a secret passage that unveils throughout the map. Alright, so it appears that it is not through there, so the common method is to look through the corners of the map. Usually it is always located in the corners of the map, so if you hug the corners, you will find it eventually throughout the walls, except for certain map variations, which is right in the center, which is the hardest, I believe. But that aside, I did ask, how is your day, friends? Did you have for Ftor? Oh, there we go. You see? Told you. So as you can see here, you can't see there is like a wall, but in the map you can see that there is some sort of a hidden passage. In order to open the hidden passage, there is a switch right here. And lovely secret, isn't it? Oh, we even found a Piranda's chest. Nice. This is really good. Okay, so what did it give me? You will receive an additional use of the divine font. Awesome. However, this is not the important one that I'm looking for. There is another one that just gives me a straight buff, which is really good for me. Salam Sahaftork Yagami. Allah Yassilmik, Mr. Sliman. Thank you so much for being here. Unlike other streamers, from this country or not, I make certain to reply to my chat as much as I can and as soon as I can. I am infuriated with the number of streamers, Algerians or not, that ignore their chat. You shouldn't do that. These are humans that are watching you. You should give them the attention that they do, unless you have more than 1,000 people watching you and the chat is going insane, and then it's understandable that you can't really keep up with everything. However, you should glance. I was watching 2 days ago someone who raided another one, and he was so happy that his viewers were typing his name and telling them the raid. The problem is that the other streamer didn't even bother by looking up who raided or what. He was too busy just playing the video game he was playing, and the guy was pissed, so he left. And it was right for him to leave. You can't support someone that just ignores you. Zeno, my brother, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream and my humble domain. And you said wash dir. What do you mean by wash dir? Dearly Mainder. Alright, so we go this way because there's another dark shrine in another map. So, like I said, this is a pretty big labyrinth and a trial at the same time. And we need to be cautious and we need to be brave in both enemy and traps alike in order to win this. And once we do, we have to fight a pretty challenging boss. But since I do have the edge of a dark shrine, if I do this correctly, I might be able to win against this boss. Thank you so much, Lee Man. Of course you're always here. You're an amazing person. An amazing, intelligent person. But yeah, as viewers, fellas, what do you think of the people that just ignores you? Ooh, this is magma, this is going to be challenging. What do you think of the other streamers that just do not look at their stream and don't really watches you, or don't really replies to the chat? Do you think it's, you know, something that is, you know, forgiven? Especially those with only 100 to 100, maybe even 300 viewers. Of course, I'm not talking with big streamers because you can't really blame them. That's why donation comes in. If you want to address them with something, you just give a donation. Of course, not for us, but for bigger ones. Thanks, bro. True, and especially YouTubers. I watch a lot of Twitch streamers and they reply pretty quickly and put a lot of attention to the chat. You see? But I noticed this trend in our own community where people are ignoring the chat. You shouldn't do that, man. Again, like I said, someone raided another one and the other guy completely ignored his chat. He was oblivious to the fact that there is 200 plus people that just joined. That's not good for you, my brother. Who are you doing this for? Yourself? Obviously yourself goes without saying, however. You do need people to interact with. That is the beauty behind streaming. Okay, let's try to avoid these traps and not die. Alright. Crimson Jewel. Belt, ring, sash, belt, an amulet. Let's hope it gives us something. Oh, let's just take this one too. Why on earth not? Oh. Come on. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you. If I die during this trial, I die for good. I can't respawn. I need to restart it all the way from the beginning. So, I have to be pretty cautious not to perish, you know, like a dumbass. And I am well known for doing that. Walking with traps and being oblivious to the dangers that this place presents. We'll try our best. Curse you to death. Goodbye. Temporal chains to kill you. Oh yes, pretty seriously. Again, looking for dark shrines. I want to make certain not to fail against the boss because, like I said, if you're not prepared, you would die. Without hesitation, without question. So, one must be prepared. Ooh, we have our brother, Sheikh Kadiro is here. Now this guy is exclusive to this particular race. This guy can give us, in exchange of coins, so he can give us pretty amazing stuff. So let's hope for something interesting. Usama, hi my brother. Welcome to my humble domain. How much? 171 Parandus coins for just 5 orbs of scouring? No, my friend. Decline. Go away. Of course I do. Provided I do have a lot. It's just that... Come on. It's just 5 scouring orbs. I was thinking maybe 5 exalted. That would be really good. Not 5 freaking scour. Those are pointless. Okay. Path of Exile or Diablo? To be more specific, Diablo 3. This is Path of Exile. And I played a ton of Diablo 3. I played it so much that I pretty much memorized it. Of course, Path of Exile gives more of a challenge because they pretty much have free content added every 3 months, which is in a matter of leagues. So every 3 months there is a new league, and with a new league they introduce many things, challenges, new bosses, content that keeps you, you know, playing the game. Whereas Diablo have been dead for quite some years now. And as a result, oh, there's the other Dark Shrine. As a result, I no longer play Diablo. And by the way, I really love Diablo. If there was new content in it, I would immediately jump back. My main class in Diablo have always been the Demon Hunter, but I did play every class. I've been playing it since May of 2012, and I recently only stopped. I played every race, every season. Alright, so here's the first phase of the boss. Wish me luck. Which one do I prefer? Now this is a tough question. Let's answer it before going to our friend Izaro, the boss. In a world where Diablo has content steadily pumped every 3 months, just like Path of Exile, and new things are happening, and all those lovely amazing stuff are... Alright. Yes, Izaro, I know, you can't wait to kill me. I know, just give me a second, I'll be coming to you. So, bottom of the line, I prefer Diablo 3. However, all the Diablo universe, especially Diablo 2, and for those of you who may have seen or played Diablo 2, you'd notice that Path of Exile is kind of like Diablo 2. Most of the, interface and the items and the descriptions and all those things kind of look closely like Diablo 2, actually. That's normal because the main creator of Path of Exile was the main creator of Diablo 2. He just stopped working at Blizzard and created Grinding Gear Games with other people, and they made Path of Exile. His name is, of course, the one and only Chris Wilson. So, Path of Exile is kind of like Diablo 2, whereas Diablo 3 is kind of a simplified version, yet fun version of Diablo 2. I prefer the universe, the characters, the lore, the stories, and the game design overall of Diablo. However, I can't help but stay with Path of Exile because they have the content, and it's a very solid and amazing game. Regardless, the only thing is that the first months you play this game are going to be pretty painful months because you don't know what are these things written like I have on the cursor now. I mean, this is a belt. Of course you put a belt here, but what are these stats? Of course, you need to be watching some videos and learning things, which is a bit, painful, but once you learn a bit of the game, you're gonna enjoy it immensely. However, these type of games are probably exclusive for people like me who like this genre. So yeah. Alright, time for the challenge. I need to be focused a bit.
Slowness lends strength towards enemies.
Oh, and I do have you have increased life area of effect and size.
Honor your name. Such resilience. Wisdom is the offspring.
Alright, so this was phase 1. Obviously, I'm a tiny bit overpowered. I will never tackle this boss underpowered. And of course, this is just the cruel one. You have normal, cruel, merciless, and uber, which is the last one. Now, the last one is challenging. Once you finish all the 10 acts of this game and you start to do look to do your last ascendancy to become true ascendant, now that's the challenging one. We're looking forward to that, of course. It goes without saying. And we have a breach here. A breach into another world, another universe, another realm. Speaking of another realm, there is a possibility for me to be playing Mortal Kombat pretty soon. It is 60 gigabytes of data, so it's going to take me a bit of a while to download the whole thing, but I'm pretty excited to try the game. Should just teleport through these things because, well, they're annoying. Get afflicted to death. Oh, do any of you knows what the word affliction means in Darja? Because it's a funny one. Especially if you try to translate, I will give you an affliction in Darja. Come on, anyone? Anyone? I'll give you some times because there's probably some stream delay. Yeah, let's just go straight to the boss. There's no need for me to, you know, divert my passage. No Google Translate. That's just cheating. No idea. Affliction is musiba. So, give you affliction is yatik musiba. It's super funny. I mean, come on. Such a used word in our culture. Our mothers always promised us that an affliction is going to get us eventually. So, when you play that much time in World of Warcraft as an affliction warlock, and then you suddenly realize that affliction means musiba. It is kind of funny, isn't it? Oh really? So that's what I've been giving my enemies all this time. Alright, so I've already gotten lost. I think the only way forward is through this door. Not really that door, but yeah, the only way forward is through up here. This is when you try to insult someone without them knowing, you just tell them, yeah, take affliction. Keep them confused. Tell them that it's a compliment. Because I like you, I want to give you an affliction, you know. And usually the word affliction is more associated with disease and, you know, poison and all those things. It's not like the usual meaning that we use in our daily lives, because when we do so, we don't just mean just poisonous affliction, we mean, you know, earthquake type of afflictions and hurricanes and really, really bad stuff that, you know, your chances of survival are pretty meager. I have a very funny friend who, when he talks to his friends and other people that he, you know, usually deal with on the phone, whenever he finishes the conversation, he tells them, "Hiya, F you." And of course they don't know, because he's speaking in Darja, so they have no idea what he just said. We just found another lovely dark shrine. I've gotten so used to look through these dark shrines that I found one subconsciously. I wasn't even looking for it. I just went directly to it. Okay, let's try not to die. I said let's try not to die, not just go into the freaking magma. I do want to take that staff, but whatever. Let's just try to make it through this area without dying. Good news is I have a tiny bit of resistances, so I think I will be able to survive walking into lava for... Yes, of course, this is not the right door, isn't it? For a short amount of time. Oh, is arrow number 2. Here we go. Only one more to go, and we have ascended.
An emperor strikes without hesitation. To entertain doubt is to dance with death. It is the sovereign who empowers the scepter, not the other way round.
It is the sovereign that empowers the scepter, not the other way around. The story behind this guy is that he was pissed at who was the emperor of Rayclast. Rayclast is the universe, or the place that we exiled are in. So he created this lab, this labyrinth that we are in, and any who can beat him and any who can brave through this laboratory or labyrinth of traps and deadly monsters is going to be worthy to be called an emperor. That's why you always hear him talking about all those things that an emperor can do and all those challenging. So it's funny, in a world filled with monsters and abominations and evil entities left and right, at the end of the day, although this guy is mad, clearly, so he fits the criteria of Rayclast, the universe of this game, he still talks sense. What he does is, in a twisted way, righteous. To be honest, in our country we need something like this. The next president should be able to go through, you know, some sort of a trial such as this. If he is able to brave it, then yes, he fit to rule the country, but come on. Who am I to speak about these things? When you think deep down about these things, you understand that, you know what? Even though those are cruel things, because in real life any of these traps can easily impale or kill you. And who's going to be sane enough to go through all these things just to be a ruler? But you know what? There was a version of this earth where people did this. So this is not quite fantasy, really. This is a tiny bit of an exaggerated reality. After all, the creators of this game drew a lot of inspiration from Mayan and Incan and all those civilizations, so you find sacrifice and many things that already happened in our life. Another breach. Nice. It's not a good place to have a breach, to be honest. Either way. Splinter of Zoth. So these breaches, these alternative universes that we are opening, once we get, let's see, 100 of these, as you can see, we are going to be able to open a portal to that universe where we can fight a pretty mighty boss, and once we defeat him, he has a chance to give us some of the best items in this game. So those who are able to defeat that are going to be rewarded with a pretty interesting item. Unique items. In this game, unique are legendary items that only the worthy are able to obtain. Yes, ghost, would you kindly die? Oh yes, they already did this, and this game is kind of sorta a mix between Incas, Aztecs, and Greek, Roman, many of those things. When you reach Oriath, you will understand that it's more Greek and Roman than anything, and when you are in some sort of a tribal island, or Rayclast, Lion's Eye more exactly, you'll feel like you are in some sort of an Inca. There is even the Temple of Azul, which is just basically another version of an alternative version of a Aztecian or Incan pyramid. It's even shaped the same. Oh, there's a door. I hope it's the right door. Nope, it is not the right door. Alrighty. Well, let us continue, and I think this is the last shrine, isn't it? Nice. Actually, this is not the one. This is the last shrine. Let's see. Alright. Okay. Now to find the right door to go through. We don't want to go backwards, we want to go forward and fight the last Izaro so we can be deemed worthy and continue our journey throughout the 7th act. I'm almost going to be reaching the end game, where the game really opens up, where you can do your own activities and stuff. Yeah. See, the thing that I like about this game is it still has that challenge that we miss in Diablo, because most bosses in Diablo I squish, I one-shot, I two-shot. They do not really hold. That's because they have, you know, the Reaper of Souls, and the old vanilla bosses you are overpowered for, and you can't really do much against. Whereas in Path of Exile, you still have those challenging bosses that you can talk with friends about, you know, like the Elder, the Uber Elder, Aziri, or the super version of it, Uber Aziri. You have the Shaper, you have the, you know, the Uber Lav, you know, Izaro, this the super version of him. You have the hidden bosses of, you know, Azul Temple, you have the hidden bosses of the Delve. So many creatures and bosses that are pretty challenging, and in order to do anything to them you have to be pretty geared, so that gives you some sort of a motivation. You're not just gearing your character and becoming stronger, you have that mystical feeling that you are going to be fighting this mighty boss, and you have to be bringing your A games, and you have to do many things, many steps in order to reach that boss at the first place. So it keeps you going and it keeps you trying. So when you get defeated by that boss, it's a really good feeling, because you know they have to work on this thing or that thing, and it's a really good thing when you finally be able to kill that boss and he drops something unique that not many people actually have. When you reach, which I haven't reached yet by the way, when you reach the Uber Shaper and you defeat him and he drops his unique items that so little people in Path of Exile, very few percentage, I think it's 10 or 15% of the player base were able to do. That's something, to be honest. That's really something. Now the reason why these traps are not working is because one of the dark shrines that I've taken disabled them. Now usually these traps work, and they will cause a lot of grief and harm for me. The area which I navigate is pretty small. However, like I said, I'm pretty overpowered for this current Izaro, so we could easily kill him. And now you give me this item? Come on, this is a leveling item that I would probably have loved to have in the first levels. We'll sell it, whatever. We'll just sell it. Gloves and boots. Obviously, boots adds 1 to 56 lightning damage if you haven't killed recently. %% reduce mana cost on kills if you've been hit recently. Oh, awesome. That's much better. Much better. Intelligence, armor, yeah, no. And this is of course Gold Rim. You can equip this at level 1 and it's a pretty amazing item for leveling up, which I no longer need because I'm already level 62. Evasion, rarity of items, 30 to elemental resistances, which is pretty neat, and for physical damage it doesn't really matter. No Orb of Chance, however. 6 to all elemental resistances. Either way, the real reason why we are here is to ascend. That's why we are here. Attack and cast speed, frenzy charge duration, 4% attack and cast speed, 10% increased frenzy charge duration, and of course the Swift Killer, +1 to maximum frenzy charges and maximum power charges, 15% chance to gain a frenzy charge and a power charge on kill, 5% increased damage per frenzy charge, and another 5% increased damage per power charge. Gain a power or a frenzy charge each second while challenging. Awesome. And that's an apply. The third one we're going to be taking attack and cast speed and Patient Reaper. Lovely. Alright, that's enough of that. Okay, so now our way forward is going to be this, this, and then curse duration. Curse skills have 50% increased skill effect duration, 5% increased effect, curse effect, and of course, Whispers of Doom. Minion instability. Probably nothing too serious, but that is done. How much can you reach in items in terms of level? The max level for this game is level 100, but there is a gimmick. From level 55 and forward, every time you die, you lose 10% of your XP. Now, 50, 60, 70, all the way up to 80, it's not a big problem. But 80 and forward, 10% of XP is basically 3, 4, maybe 5 hours of grinding, so it's really not advised. So people who are able to reach level 100 and stay at level 100 are really strong and the best players in this game. So now we are stronger, let us continue our journey to reach level 10 and eventually open the game. Now we are currently at Act 8. Oh, Act 8? Damn, I thought it was in Act 7. I'm advancing quick, aren't I? Alright, let's just continue. Oh, before that,
Still breathing, eh?
let's just sell those things. Before we do, Give me an alchemy. Ooh. Rarity, fire, cold. Almost good. Almost. Not good enough, however. This, use an orb of chance on it, and you get nothing. How much does this cost, anyway? It's 2 chaos. 2 chaos. Lovely. Do apologize for my not so good voice and too much hoarseness is the right term. Allergy season, so you guys know how it is. Basically, my right side of my nose is completely clogged. That's because of allergy, and I have to just live with it until the end of summer and the beginning of autumn. One of the main reasons why I despise summer, aside from the heat, the mosquitoes, the many things that come out of the summer, I just despise the summer. Allergy just kills me. And of course the fact that I never go into vacations and do fun stuff that other people does, of course makes you despise the summer. The summer is not a season where you sit alone at home playing video games. It's a season where you go visit family, visit friends, gather up and go to the beach, have fun. After all, it's just a month or two of vacation for those of us who work. But for me, it is mostly just rot at home and feel the 45 degrees here without air conditioning. Let's not even forget the fact that I might not even be able to stream, sadly, because of that. I have no idea how I'm going to be able to stream. Of course it's going to be late night streams, but when it's 45 degrees, there's no way for me to be able to stream. Like I said, the monitor... Ah, son of a bee. Like I said, 10% experience gone. But the monitor to my left is a LCD monitor, one of the old school ones. It's a TV one, so it gets pretty hot even now. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe I'll be able to endure things. Let's do Alva. Maybe she's going to be graceful enough and gives me one of the rings that I'm looking for, which is the essence worm. Alright, view temple. Add traps throughout the temple. Pointless. Increases the life of the Omnitext, which is the boss. Increases item yield of the temple. Pretty interesting. And we have to definitely... Oh man, one of those two. We need to connect this one to one of these. Alright, so we can use it on one of those two. Okay. Come on, Duke Nukem. I apologise. Again, allergy gives me hoarseness. Everyone is dead? Awesome. 16 seconds remaining. Give me something. Come on. Well, maybe this one. But not enough. Either way. Found me this amazing music playlist. I'm enjoying quite a bit so far. What do you think about the music? Second instance. Contains chest full of currency items, tempting. Contains a breach, even more tempting.
Closer we get to finding the temple in the present day. Every incursion. Time to go.
I'm so overpowered. It's because of the flashback event of course. Usually you can't level up this far into this, you know, act. Come on, take it. Thank you. Yeah, that should be the last one. Honestly, the music that you pick in your gameplays is great. Thank you so much. Trying my best to bring something not so intrusive and also contributes to a relaxing feeling that I try to advertise in my gameplay. Too much hyper streams all around the internet. So, yeah. Right, this is interesting, however. 33% increased spell damage. +2 to level of socketed lightning gems. Increased physical damage. Adds 19 to 33 fire damage to spell. Increased cast speed. How much does this? Oh, 60 spell damage. How much is this? Yeah, this is an amazing one. This is pointless. Alright, first things first. Nope, ball side area? No thank you. زينو انت جزائري؟ نو مانيش جزائري انا جزيري. انا جزائري وي من ولاية برج بعريريج. مرحبا بك في الستريم. It is just that I speak English because it's the thing that I do in my stream. This is an English only, usually English only stream, but I do speak occasionally Derja. You're always welcome to the street. Goes without saying. My pleasure. Always my pleasure. Now I understand not so many of us are really keen into watching a stream with English, especially a stream that doesn't play PUBG or Fortnite, but I apologize. I played those a long time ago and we are past those. I'm not gonna go back in time for people. We're gonna just continuing to do the things that we love to do the most. Oh, you. Oh, superior concentrated effect support. Superior empower support. Ooh. Empower is a pretty damn expensive one, isn't it? Oh, yes. Now, this is even one of those gems that I pretty much need in this build, so thank you so much. Concentrated effect is also expensive? Whoa. 15 chaos. That's awesome. That's currency coming my way, I guess. Oh, another one. Monster damage throughout the temple augments the omnitect of lightning with lightning. Maybe we'll do the first one, yeah. Let's create a portal for safety. Like I said, played it for an entire year. That was it for me. I'm not gonna go back into the old habits. Played it enough, had fun, the game proved to be stale, no innovation, no fixing problems and bugs. Goodbye. Not gonna be sticking here and waiting for you, for the developer to fix things. I don't know if you guys can hear it outside, but I think there's a fight. I live in an area where there's a lot of fights, so it is something normal here. Let's see if we can hear swearing. That's all there is to it. Alright. Sahavtorek Cha Uki. Welcome to the stream, my brother. How are you doing? Man, if this game wasn't so long and it takes so much time, I am, like I said, technically in a race. This is a marathon. And I need to be amongst the top ones in order to win. I hope that guys should be cheering me up, but whatever. Diodre's Cesspool. I like the name Diodre. It's a pretty nice name, to be honest. And the guy that just joined us is Einhar, the best character in this entire game. Such an amazing and cheerful soul, and a powerful one too. As you can see, he's a pretty eccentric fella. Talking to beasts and everything. Oh, there's another beast.
This one is captured. I now will take it.
Speaking of which, I am no longer being able to reach Ali's streams. I don't know what time is he streaming in this Ramadan, because, well, I can't see his streams. Sometimes I see him playing Days Gone, but not lately. Oh yeah, you did say that he's in the middle of moving up, so he's probably not streaming that much, isn't he? And that's the big red boss. Oh, it's Diodre killing time. Let's go. Bring it. Now this guy is more about chaos damage and poison, and Good news, I'm all about poison too, so in a way I am not that susceptible to poison, as you can see. One of the perks of playing chaos damage builds. There we go, buddy. Go to sleep. Oh, he's making premiere videos in the afternoon. I see. I'll check his YouTube channel whenever I have the time. Another vault side area? Oh, whatever. Let's just do it. These are fun. It's kind of another universe of this place. Which is a small chance for me to obtain a key to fight Atsiri. One of the lovely bosses of this game. She's really tough. Kinda looks like Shiva. Although instead of 4 arms, she has 4 titties. But she's a tough boss, nevertheless. Dusk, noon, I need midnight. Blade Vortex, Spark, Rain of Arrows. Have you played Smite? Yes, I did. Lovely game. Played it for a good amount of time too, when it was released. I was on my prime playing League of Legends those days, and of course when they released a third-person game that is basically League of Legends, it goes without saying, I jumped on it. Played it for a good amount of time, but eventually I grew tired of it and I left. However, I really like the concept, it's a really unique one. And I played Paragon. I don't know, probably not many of you know that there is a game called Paragon, but it's Epic's version of Smite. Pretty interesting and neat one too, with the Unreal Engine 4 and a quite mature way of approaching those, heroes and everything. Too bad Fortnite was a thing and became a thing. So what Epic Game did is they cancelled Paragon and they just shifted all their resources to Fortnite. So basically, in a way, Fortnite demolished Paragon. And I was looking forward to Paragon. I was playing it, I was enjoying it, and I was looking forward to play it for a good amount of time. So it kind of sucks that they stopped working on it. There are many videos of Paragon, and my favorite hero is called Seraph. Half demon, half angel. Her model is amazing. You know, you can turn into a demon, you can turn into an angel, and she has divine abilities mixed with fiery, hellish abilities. Pretty amazing. But, of course, corporations and their stupidity, they stopped that game. And it no longer exists. That I played for a long time too. One of the other reasons why I hate Fortnite. It's because of Fortnite, one of my coolest games that I was looking forward to was cancelled. Because frickin' Fortnite. As another obscure game for you, it's called Bloodline Champions. Have you played the game called Bloodline Champions? Pretty amazing too. Played it for a good amount of time, loved it to bits. and it's so much like a World of Warcraft arena. And all these skills, all of the bloodlines that are the champions, have skill shot effects. So you have to be pretty good at skill shotting in order to win in that game. And it's fast, it's frantic, and it's just amazing. It's one of the new, well, the early versions of MOBA games. Bloodline Champions, when I played it, it was free, and then they made it, you know, you need to buy it. I don't know if it's still free, if it still exists or anything, but when it became buy to play, I just stopped playing it. Again, League of Legends was a thing, and I was too focused on that game. But still, Bloodline Champions is still a thing that I love most. I understand you. Now, the thing that I was never a big fan of Fortnite, not just because anything specific. The thing that I didn't like is the game was fun, the gameplay was solid compared to PUBG at the time when Fortnite was released. It was really an advance in the genre, to be honest. Your character moved correctly, the game was really well responsive, and it was just really a solid battle royale. But the biggest problem is, every time someone started building, I would die inside. I couldn't, for the love of me, play the building game. And sadly, Fortnite, 80% is building. And the other 20 is your reflexes and the rest of the FPS package. So, yeah. Also, no first-person perspective. And I'm really into first-person stuff. That's the only thing I play in PUBG, by the way. I don't even remember the last time. I think it was the first day they introduced first-person on PUBG. I never switched back to third-person. Only if it was by accident. Okay, let's see what there is here. I'm kind of lost. I don't remember all these things. Is it just me? Oh no, it's just a detour. Weird. Alright, well let's just go this way then. I'll need to work on my gems pretty soon. Have some good stuff. Oh no, did I? Are you serious? Oh yeah, I just did came back all the way through here. Damn. Because it was a new map. Nah, oh bugger.
Shackles cut into my wrists and ankles. The guards are deaf to my pleading. But I am no murderer. If I am guilty of anything, it is falling in love with the wrong person. Justice served, they claim.
This is a memory, by the way. We are diving into someone else's memories, trying to retrieve things that happened in the past. And we link those nodes in order to preserve this memory, in order to restore a mighty fella's memories back. In core, this league was good, but the execution was pretty piss poor. Thus, many of us were not big fans. Mace. Oh no, this might be interesting. I'm gonna give it a look. Yo guys, have fun. I gotta go. Sorry, I really enjoyed your streaming, by the way, and you have a really good voice. Thank you so much, Choki. See you soon, brother. I'm always around here. If you're looking for this type of streams, I am always here. Until then, take care of yourself and Sahat Horik. A lot of rumors about Bioshock 4 and Assassin's Creed, Ragnarok, and a brand new Harry Potter games to be revisited in this E3. This E3 without, you know, Sony is a bit dull, and I have to apologize. I am no big fan of any of the titles you just mentioned. I mean, no, sorry. I do love Bioshock. I just read the name of Assassin's Creed and I immediately got switched to the boring mode. Sorry. There's way too much Assassin's Creeds. But maybe we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they will create something interesting for the next Assassin's Creed. Who knows? Who knows? Because the last one is just titled Assassin's Creed for no reason. Has nothing to do with Assassin's Creed. Valhaist. Okay, now that's a lovely gem. Happened. There we go. Oh, by the way, I forgot that I have the cure for my clogged nose. I forgot that I have this. Hope it works. These things never work for me, to be honest, but who knows? I'm not a big fan. Same as you. Aziz, welcome salam wa rahmatullah. Welcome my brother to the stream. How are you doing today? The Harry Potter movies in the early 2000s I was passionate about. But then again I grew out of it pretty fast. And gaming wise, there is no really good Harry Potter movie, so video game. Bioshock on the other hand, I loved it. Played all of them and I love Bioshock Infinite. So I'm looking forward, if there is a Bioshock 4, I'm looking forward to it. Provided that it's the same guys that made the old ones. If they don't switch them, everything is going to be fine. So if it's the same company, I'm going to be looking forward for Bioshock. If it's not the same company, God knows what they have in mind. In this day and age where microtransactions rule the video gaming industry. I mean, you can see Mortal Kombat. It's just a giant, stupid transaction fest.
Do you not have debts, exile?
سؤال عليك صحة فطورك لا يصدرك توحشتك العافية إن شاء الله. Thank you so much for coming. This one is captured. Einar will take it. Definitely, I feel like I'm missing something. Some sort of a thing I didn't do. But we will see about this. Is this not the way forward, isn't it? I feel like, for whatever reason, I just missed doing something. I'm just going to go back to town and see if I missed something, because I'm almost positive I did. Oh, there's the way forward. Either way, we have skills we need to take. 2K Games. It was 2K Game who made the first ones, isn't it? My memory is a bit fuzzy when it comes to those things, but I think it was 2K Games that made those. Have I not killed this? I think I killed her. Why are you back? The heck? I'm certain I killed this. There we go. This is what I didn't do. I went back instead of going forward. Silly me. Alright.
Exile.
Strength, armor, energy shield, life, and mana. Pretty good. If only it had some resistances. Sadly, it doesn't. No. These are pretty expensive gems. I'm pretty happy about this. Money is coming my way, hopefully.
Watch yourself.
If I can sell them in time, that is. In power, I would keep somewhere safe because I pretty much need it. But this, on the other hand, this I will sell for 15 chaos. Lovely. These goes to the guild stash. Haste, on the other hand, I think I need. Only 1 chaos, okay. So chaos is kind of like the good currency of this game. What do you think about GTA 5? Hate it? Love it? Never played it, to be honest. I think I would love to play the story in order to be judging, but the game generally looks pretty good. It's a bit too overhyped, in my own opinion, but it's still a good, solid game. I would love to play the game anytime soon. And I do have a friend with a Steam library that is shared to me that has GTA. I just didn't get around to play it. I actually really enjoyed GTA San Andreas. That was the last game in the GTA series that I played. The story, that is. Other than that, I don't know. I just did like a one-time thing where I play, enjoy the story, and leave. That's my motto when it comes to GTA games. $19 chaos and it's not selling. Weird stuff. 19 and 15. How much is this? 15 chaos, okay. Buyout, chaos. 15. Here goes nothing. The story is amazing and the characters feel like real humans. You gotta try it, man. Like I said, as soon as I get to. عزيز بارطاجي اللينك في هذا في تذكروا. Go ahead my brother. I don't think people are interested in what I do, but go ahead. Maybe I can reach some sort of individuals that are interested in about what I'm doing, but usually no one really cares. They will come and go. Most of the Facebook DZ crew members and most of those guys are all about PUBG, and I am not about PUBG. I do apologize every time someone asks me about PUBG, but it's not the game for me. Played it way too much, no longer care about it. Okay, so we take one more point in intelligence, this, and then we go take the curses, because we're going to be needing the curses. This is not for us. Okay, we are set for now.
It's supposed. Tell me something. Any chance you might be willing to join forces and turn a healthy profit with old Argan?
Cool the lightning. Okay.
Back something nicer.
Okay, we'll take this one. Maybe it's good.
Don't do anything either.
Why are you still standing there?
Intelligence, lightning damage, cast speed, energy shield. Overall, not too much of an interesting ring. Fire damage, lightning damage, accuracy, energy shield. This is actually a bit better. Resistance is while I'm alright. I'm alright. I guess I need another boot. It goes without saying, but for now these will do. What's this? The odd race tenue. Looks interested, but it is corrupted. Damn. Damn, oh damn. Alright. So this is a cool act, to be honest, Act 8, because it has Solaris and Lunaris. Solaris and Lunaris are a pretty good boss fight. It's two goddesses fighting amongst each other for millennia, and the second you revive them, they will just resume fighting without questions asked, even though they've been cursed in a stone form for thousands and thousands of years. Pretty cool character, and the lore behind it is really good too. Hello, Sahaf Tariq. How dare you? Hello. Give me a second. Still working, 40 minutes to go. Making videos, my brother? I'm more of a linear games, strategy games. What a good thing to take in just before a good burek. I agree with you. Back in the day, strategy games, back in the day. How dare you? Open games are the best. Some open games are really good, other open games are piles of rubbish. But it just depends on the game and the story and also all those things. Still working, 40 minutes to go. I'll probably render in. Brother, you're sick? You better get yourself checked, man. No, I just choked on some water, that's all. I saw your glorious name in the chat and I choked on water. That's the effect you have on me. Come on, man. I agree with you. In a different way though, the amount of gameplay that you get from an open world game is more than a linear one. I played like 5 hours and slept a little. Oh, that's good. For me it depends, I don't care if it's a linear game or not. All I care about is the game's story and gameplay good. If those things check, then I am happy and glad with the game. But if those things do not exist, then I don't care what game it is. I love it when everything dies. Now here's the question, علي بوراك بطون ولا بوراك باللحم ولا بوراك سامبل بالبطاطا والفرماج؟ Which is the best for you? بوراك في الفور ولا بوراك مقلي؟ I love meat. So here's the deal. Always loved those. The thing is, recently my mother have been making killer burek baton. It's so light on the stomach, so good. Bit of cheese, onions, and parsley and some amazing ingredients. I am sadly starting to turn. I don't know. These days I can't stomach meat burek. It's just too much meat, you know. But tuna, however, does taste really good. And the surprise is that you think that simple means poor. Actually, potato and cheese burek is amazing. I was surprised. I was literally surprised. It feels amazing to have just 2 ingredients in those bureks. But again, it's just probably a change. That's why I like those things. In the end of the day, the classic bureka is the best. And I still like deep fried burek. But the oven one also has its flavor on its own. It does stand its own ground, to be honest. Especially if you want to be a tiny bit healthy, the oven baked one is pretty amazing. I think that's why the burek is so popular. It's just that you can do whatever you want with it, and it's still going to be amazing. Especially if you have, you know, good quality of cheese and ingredients in general, you're going to have something pretty tasty. Yagami, aka Gordon Ramsay. Now the reason I am pretty interested about food is that I've always had this dream of opening a restaurant. And I'm not even talking about some sort of a classic restaurant. No, I'm just talking about some sort of a fast food joint or the pizza joint. I am so disgusted by the restaurants and the pizzerias and fast food joints here in this town. So bad. Borjbari food is just rubbish. I'm just talking about the outside one because the food that you find in homes is pretty good and decent. However, just pizzas and, you know, French fries and all those things are disgusting. Disgusting. So my dream have always been to start a pretty small one. Nothing too serious, nothing too big. Just something small. What I just want to make proper French fries with, you know, with an omelette and onions and something pretty tasty and just good. I never understood why can people not make a correct French fries with eggs. I just don't understand it. It's not something that you're gonna need more money or ingredients to make. It's just the way you make it, that's all. The way you fry your fries and the way you know, add your eggs. You can't call it frit omelette, and I, you know, take 2 lines on the word omelette, when you don't have a freaking omelette on the fries. When you just break 2 eggs on a fries in a frying pan, that does not call itself omelette. You have to have a proper omelette on those fries in order to call it correctly. So it's not even the thing. So I want to make something like that. I want to start simple. I want to have some pans and make circular ones, pretty tasty, and add cheese, add mushrooms, add tuna, meat, whatever you want to, with reasonable prices, of course. And then we go to the pizza, because a good pizza requires a good oven, and a good oven is a stone oven, and a stone oven is pretty expensive. So you can't start making a really good pizza with just the usual oven. You don't have the required temperature. So we start small and we go further. But you know what? Imaginary things that one wishes but can't do. Things that one wishes and can't do. And that's why I'm always, looking into food stuff. Gordon Ramsay, like you said, how he runs his restaurants and how things works and everything. And it's pretty funny how he operates. It's nothing fancy. In one of the episodes, one of the chefs, in Kitchen Nightmares, one of the chefs asked him how can he advertise his food, and just because he's a Michelin star chef, that means that he just opens a restaurant and everyone is just going to be flocking to him. And he told him that there is only one way to advertise for your food, and it's been used for millennia and it still works and it's still the best. And the thing is, you make miniature dishes, you go outside and you start yelling, come eat, here's the food. You offer people free food and you tell them there's the restaurant that makes them. And there you have it. That's your advertisement. That's how people come. Of course, if you make good food, it will sell itself. If you make rubbish food, no one cares. Unless you live in Burj Buarerij, when people literally consumes everything. I have no idea how can they eat such hideous stuff. But they do it, and they love it. And I hate it. I wish I could eat anything. The only times I eat something tasty is when I go to the capital, Algiers. When you can find some good food if you look for it, with reasonable prices too, which is funny. I feel like we're not living in the same country. It's weird. واحد الخطرة كليت كوكا هنا في قسنطينة. حق ربي حتى شخصيته ما يقدمها. حسب لي حط فيها طب yeah, there we go. King Ben, وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله. صح فطورك جان. وناس تقول فيها تاكل فيها normal. So that's the deal. That's the problem. If you go to a restaurant, so let's compare Burj Buarerij, where I live, to Algiers. In Algiers, there is competition. In Burj Buarerij, there's competition. In Algiers, you have pretty excellent quality food and rubbish quality food. You will find rubbish quality food too there. It goes without saying. You will find stupid stuff. At the same time, you don't need to look far to find excellent food. And for reasonable prices, I say it again and again. The quantity that they put in their sandwiches is amazing compared to the same price that you spend here in this town, in this godforsaken town, and you get a meager portion, and the guy looks at you like you did, I don't know, you're not supposed to even talk about it. So that's the thing that I'm talking about. So I don't understand why, and the reason why is just that after looking through this is that the customers here do not care about quality. They just eat anything and everything. They consume. They will consume you, they will consume me, they will consume food, trees, paper. As long as it is edible, they will eat it. And it's weird, to be honest. Come on, you gotta have some sort of a taste. You can't just keep eating this. When someone gives you shawarma sandwich, which is bad, cold, and you still eat it, there is something wrong with you, my brother. It's not the guy, because the guy is just, because his business is working, there's no need for him to change it. And because you don't say a word to him, and you eat his hideous food, of course he's going to continue doing the same thing. Why would he change? And so on and so forth. And that's why I would like to make the change. I would like to be the #1 guy that makes the change. I want that one day I will have enough money to open my own restaurant that is all about quality and pride in making food. Because food is passion. Food is something that you make your whole life and you cannot perfect. Something that you could be proud of. Every time you improve upon a dish, you're going to be proud of yourself. And trust me, if you make tasty stuff, people are going to be flocking to you. Tasty, clean, and up to the standard stuff. Nothing serious, nothing fancy, nothing expensive. Like I said, we're just going to be starting with fries and, you know, eggs and scallops and all those things. And when we have enough money, we'll start making pizza and so on and so forth. I'm certain that people from other wilayas are going to be coming to taste your food if you make something good. Just like in Algiers, just like in other towns. I mean, if you go to India, billions of people, and you find street food that is the best on the planet, and you come to our godforsaken country and you find some of the hideous food on the planet, there is something wrong with that in us. I mean, the one thing that people should be enjoying is food, and we make the worst kind of dishes on planet Earth. Come on, even the poorest countries in Africa makes better food than us. That tells something. Definitely says something about us. Oh, you think that's... So, me and my friends have a rule: if someone does something unclean, we immediately never come back to him. And there is this pizza guy who also sells chicken breasts and chicken legs and all those lovely things. So he was serving us pizza, and another guy asked for some chicken. And he had this big plate where he put some chicken legs, les cuisses. And as he was trying to serve it, one of the chicken legs fell into the ground, and he picked it up, puts it back into the plate, and then he give it to him. No problem whatsoever. And it's not clean ground too. It's visible dust, it's visible dirt and, weirdness, and no problem whatsoever. I mean, that was the one last time that we went to him. No thank you, my brother, but we do not eat disgusting stuff. Or the guy who's working on his car, and then he goes and make you meat and eggs and frites omelette in his restaurant with his black hands filled with grease and stuff. Are you okay, my brother? Is this normal for you? They find it normal, they do it, and they don't care. And again, I blame the customer. If you're okay with eating such rubbish, if you're okay with this low standards, then you deserve it, to be honest. If you just eat it without saying a damn thing, then to hell with you, screw you. You deserve even more, even worse. I hope he just, puts a shimalikan fifumu, he puts it back in the plate so you can eat it with, the chicken legs that you were eating. You disgusting pig. But yeah, there we go. That's the problem. If everyone complained whenever there is some weirdness like this, then eventually the restaurant owners are going to be complaining and are going to be making, adjustments because they're losing customers. But because the customers are happy eating disgusting food with low quality standards, then who cares? It's just filling the void in their stomach. No one cares about taste. And taste does not even require ingredients or expensive stuff. Taste only require a proper quality of cooking food with a proper amounts of salt, proper amounts of, you know, love and passion in your food. Like I said, it doesn't take that much to make a good frite omelette. It doesn't really take that much at all. It's the same ingredients, the 2 eggs, and the same price. It's just the way you cook it is a tiny bit different. It's even gonna take you lesser time than, you know, throwing everything in the frying pan and hoping for the abomination that we eat on our everyday basis. I mean, sometimes I do just... It's a miracle that we live in these towns, to be honest. The country is rubbish, the services are rubbish, everything is rubbish, and even the food that is supposed to be the only thing that people should enjoy is rubbish. So good luck living here. You go outside, all you see is rubbish, literally rubbish, you know. People littering garbage on the side of the street, there's dust, there's humans that are not filthy. There is just nothing to be good, you know. Ill manners, people who does not understand how to drive, and even those who knew how to drive back in the early 2000s, now they find it, you know, abnormal to drive normally, to obey the quote-unquote driving code. So, yeah. And they tell me, why don't you go outside often? I don't want to, thank you. I don't want to go outside. All I see is abominations. I will see that's later. Okay, we'll go back from where I came. Oh hey, my nose is slowly clearing up. And I forgot these 2 important ones.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
I don't know, why am I doing this? Am I dumb or what? I'm dumb. Sometimes I get... My IQ just gets, you know, below average. I should just go back to town and teleport back to the place that I want to teleport to. No, thank you. Don't want to come closer. I'm good where I am.
Be careful.
I don't know what's starting. I don't want to be part of it. Thank you so much. Go away. Oh, come on. What are we unraveling now? Of course, slowly. Nothing unravels fast. It kills the boss. Okay, someone has been doing drugs. Falling through the crowns. Unraveling stuff. Clearing the air now? Are you serious? You can't break the spell. You just silence it. Have you never played video games before? And Paul, sorry for not reading the chat. If you just came in, hey my brother. I apologize deeply for not reading the chat. These days I'm too preoccupied by the YouTube chat to be able to read the Twitch chat. Silly me. Again, I apologize. How are you today? If you're still with me. Sky Gardens, hopefully. And nope. Yeah, this level sometimes is a bit confusing. Now the way forward should be somewhere around to the side. That's a hideout I have already unlocked, so not that way. Maybe this side. Should be this side. Definitely this side. Alright. The Lunarius Conclave is where I was talking about. I was making videos on my previous YouTube channel and it gets deleted after too many copyright strikes, of course. And then I quit YouTube for good. Yeah, YouTube is a treachery thing to have. I mean, my first intro music is basically going to be copyright striked, so my entire video is copyright striked, and thus no money whatsoever. And of course, if you do make way too much videos with, you know, high profile music, of course you're gonna get striked. I did have a YouTube channel back in a long time ago that had video montages. I did like to make video game music videos and animation music videos back in the day, and of course you use mainstream videos at the time, mainstream music, and I got my channel banned as well. Even this one had 3 songs that came from an artist that I love so much, is Fink, and after a amount of time passed, Fink was featured in The Walking Dead, two of his songs. So of course, all of a sudden, the videos that he put on boomed because it's the same 2 music songs that were in the show. So I had like 3 million views on one and another one on one, and I got a strike, so I had to delete them on this very channel. I deleted many videos on this channel, and most of my everyday videos that I upload have copyright strikes to them, just not the harming ones. Luckily for me. Good news is I don't care about YouTube, to be honest. The only place I care about is Twitch. And Twitch is dead. Twitch is not advancing for me. Right, so that's the way forward. However, before I go that way, I need to find the checkpoint here. What's this? Oh. Good news is nowadays you have a big selection of music that are free copyright, so you can make your videos and enjoy what you do with the musics that you like without having to face the copyright ban hammer on your daily basis. So I suggest you just go back. If you love what you do, you should just go back to it. It is a challenge, however. I like this suspenseful music. I don't know what's going on, but hey. Man, those blue monsters really tank my computer. They spawn so much in so little time that my computer tanks. Who's my favorite streamer on Twitch? That's a good question. So, there are categories of streamers divided by games. For example, I like Shroud. Pretty chill streamer. Really good FPS player, so I like Dr. Disrespect, although lately, I don't know, he's too much Twitch Dr. Disrespect, and not so much the old YouTube Dr. Disrespect that he started to be. So, I used to really like the guy and always had his stream open. I like Al Kaiser in Path of Exile, Raze, Ziggedy, many others. Day 9, I love Day 9. Day 9 is easily one of my favorites. Pretty amazing guy. Made a ton of guide videos when I was playing StarCraft 2, so I would always had him. I watched many of his Let's Plays, and pretty much any other streamer that I watch. It depends on the game. But it's been a while since I last found one streamer that is the best, you know, like you always had his stream on and so on and so forth. I always have a good amount of streamers that I watch. Like, for example, there's Avoid in the Puddle, there is many others. There's, you know, Mr. Biscuit for fighting games. Depends on game. But again, goes well with my own personality, because I'm not a type of guy that has a certain favorite. It's always depending on the current time that I'm in and the current things that I am into. Because sometimes I like this, you know, YouTuber or that streamer, but when time passes, I no longer care for those. Oh, I love Ninja. Ninja's the best streamer ever. He's so good. But yeah, no, kudos to the guy. I do watch him to kind of understand things. No matter how much you love, hate or dislike the guy, he still has a super successful stream. And one must learn from him. So sometimes I do drop by and watch his stream, see what he does and everything. Of course, there are other streamers that I have not talked about, of course, that I've forgotten about. There used to be, my number one used to be Total Biscuit. Sadly, Total Biscuit passed away 2 years ago. 3 years ago, I think. The guy was amazing. That was the guy that I was considered easily to be the number one streamer YouTuber. He was an amazing guy, had an amazing series. He was an honest journalist that defended gamers and spoke the truth about video games, but he lost his fight to cancer and died. An amazing personality that sadly I still have a void. I have not yet filled it. And of course, with Total Biscuit came the other guys that Total Biscuit hangs around with and do, you know, joint streams and YouTube videos with, like Jesse Cox and Dodger and others. But still, I rarely ever watch those anyway. Even Day 9 I'm not watching anymore. Well, Day 9 is way too much into Dota 2 these days, and it's not the kind of things that I watch. It's funny that I don't have a favorite streamer on Overwatch. Even though Overwatch is my main game that I play pretty much all day, I do not have a specific streamer. Well, maybe Valkyr, because he plays Pharah same as I, and he's pretty amazing at it, unlike me. But I don't find him that entertaining. Most of the time I do watch him to just gain skills and understand things that he does. Yep, the guy who had colon cancer. Amazing person, like I said. Many companies hated him for telling the truth about video games. To be safe, open a portal. You never know, this is going to be a boss fight. Ooh, that charge shot will probably one-shot me. And that phantom should not possess the boss, lest I want to have a very long fight and a very problematic one indeed. What's that?
Watch yourself.
Evasion, stun and block recovery. Okay. Summon a portal. Roger that. One chaos. Nice. Yep, I have no idea who any of these guys are. Maybe I should check them. Give them a check. There are so many good, very good streamers and YouTube personalities that I am not aware of, but usually in due time. Is very popular, but the other two are not that famous and still enjoy their content. It's all about enjoying content. It doesn't matter if they're famous or not. I do prefer unfamous streamers so that you can interact with them. Whenever you write something in the chat, they will eventually read it. Big streamers, yeah, good luck trying to communicate with them. So, yeah. Alright, the Lunaris Conclave. Now we go to the Solaris Conclave. Which can't be when go. Yeah, I can go through there. This side. Man, this is a long chapter. This is a very long act. Now usually I do play it with a friend, at least a friend, so one can go to the left and another one can go to the right, and we can cut the time by half. So by the time I had the Lunaris orb, my friend will have the Solaris orb, and we can just meet at the same place and finish the act in a jiffy. But since I'm playing alone, I have to go both to the Solaris side of things and to the Lunaris side of things, which is fine by me. We're having fun, aren't we? Oh, it's this map. Damn me. Ali, I know. El Mariachi haven't tried yet. Yeah, when it comes to YouTubers, Algerian YouTubers, I have no idea. I do not usually watch Algerian videos, and thus most of the time there are probably good ones that I miss. I mean, I've been doing this for many months now, and I was pretty much unknown. If it wasn't for shooter gaming, no one would know about me, which I was fine with, no problem for me. I never intended to have a stream for Algeria, to be honest. I thought maybe Maybe some people who would be interested in English would join my stream, goes without saying, but I never thought of, you know, have an Algerian audience. Always had plans for the rest of the planet kind of audience. But still, there are always things that happen along the way that make you change your mind. Now I'm much more concentrated into my voice acting things that I'm doing, and I do have projects coming in the near future to think about, you know, YouTube and Twitch in general. Plus life is not easy, so that's that. Jack in the box. So there is a side quest here that is pretty not lovely, to be honest. Okay, so we find the checkpoint here and then we go back to try to do the side quest. It's really good, it gives me a quest thing, but at the same time it is pretty annoying. As annoying as this music. Go away. I'm gonna be checking the other YouTubers that you listed. See if I like someone. I should probably do collaborations with them too. I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty open with anyone who wants to work with me. If anyone needs my services, I would be happy. I don't even need credits or anything. If anyone needs of those YouTubers needs my services as a voice actor, why not? Play together, do something together. Pretty up for it. Now this is a pretty complicated minimap, isn't it? Quest here that I need to finish. Minecraft? Probably not. The forest? Why not? Okay, where on earth am I going to go back to where I was? Seriously, this is a maze. This is just a bigger maze. Oh. Should be this way. Oh, there's the waypoint. Good. Now let's try to find the damn Ankh of Eternity. Tutankhamun. It's one of the least favorites maps of mine, to be honest. Oh, that's a song I know. Placebo. If this... I don't know if this is the French one or the English one.
That was a great hunt, Exile. I now will write a mighty poem about it.
Sorry for asking too many questions and talking too damn much. I know you're a big DC fan. What do you think about Aquaman? The latest one? No, but first and foremost, this is why I stream, so we can have a conversation. So, as much questions as you have, I'm here for answering those. Otherwise, it'd be dead silence for a long periods of time, which is not good for me, to be honest. So, questions are really good. As for DC Universe and Aquaman, I think the latest one is pretty interesting. It's alright. However, I'm not a big fan of the fact that they are brightening up the universe. They started it dark and people hated it. I loved it. I wanted a more mature kind of comic, movies themed, and of course financially it's not good for them. So they decided, you know what, let's just make a Marvel copy. And that's exactly what they did. And I mean, Wonder Woman was super good, was super fine, and Aquaman, the latest one, was really good. I like the actor, but to be honest, those are just hero, movies, and they're not going to be the best ever. I don't know, even the Avengers and the people and the hype, I don't know, man. It's too much, to be honest.
it to me quickly.
Of course it's muted. I sneezed, muted it, and left it muted forever. So I guess all my talk about DC and Marvel and all those things did not go through, did it? Damn me. Okay, so what I was saying is simple. I am not a big fan of childish comic book adaptations. That's the biggest problem I have. I don't care if they make them for children. I just want good plots. And the Marvel Universe movies is plots for children. Good movies, big budgets, blockbuster stuff. Movies for kids. The ones that I like are the Nolan Batmans, for example. Those are amazing. Man of Steel was on a good track. And sadly, financially, they cannot sell those things. The Watchmen was amazing, like I said. And I wanted more movies like that. More movies like Batman, you know, The Dark Knight, and so on and so forth. But instead, they weren't making those. They were making kids movies. And honestly, of course, kids movies makes a lot more money than Batman. You know, The Dark Knight. Even though The Dark Knight was amazing, you still have the Black Panther, which made probably 10 times what the Batman movies did. Which is, to be honest, rubbish. Simple rubbish. So, at the same time, you cannot blame them for making, you know, kids movies at the same time, but I would love to if they could make stuff for us, not just for children. Well, thank you for the other skill book. So yeah, and I was looking forward, you know, to the DC universe, because like I said, I'm a fan. I was looking forward, you know. Batman vs Superman was alright. It was heading on the same, you know, on a good path. They just needed to tweak some things, but sadly, no, not really. Justice League was alright. Yeah, again, it was the spacing and other problems that they needed to fix. But yeah. Just die. Stupid exile. I wonder where the way forward is. Again, this is a huge map. Should have finished it earlier and found the other checkpoint. Yeah, I've seen the trailer. I don't know. To be honest, it's sad that Heath Ledger died. If they made his standalone movie, it would have been amazing, but the guy's dead, so... Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor. I think he can do something interesting. We'll wait and see. Once the movie's out, he may make a pretty good one. But the level of Heath Ledger? I don't know. That's a bit too extreme. Not many actors can do such a thing. come on, where's the way forward? Have mercy upon my soul. Yeah, I don't know, Suicide Squad, the whole script was terrible. It's not the actors, I can't just blame the actors. Of course, Jared Leto, you think he was terrible, but to be honest, I've seen him on the short, and I've seen him on Blade Runner. Have you seen him on Blade Runner? It was amazing. And many other movies, he was pretty good. So the actor is clearly gifted and talented. So I have this small slight idea that maybe the problem was the scenario, the way the movie was made. I mean, most of the actors that made the Suicide Squad were actually pretty good. They were really well-known characters, except, you know, for Will Smith, because Will Smith is overrated. He no longer makes good stuff, but sometimes he does, with I Am Legend, for example. I think the last good film for him was I Am Legend. All of the latest projects he was involved in were not so good. Bright was alright, to be honest. But yeah, Margaret Robbie, you know, many others were really good actors. You've seen them in any other games and they're really good. So, I don't know. Maybe at the end of the day, it's not the problem. You know, the actor is not the problem. At the end of the day, maybe the scenario is the problem. The way the game, or the movie, the game, whatever, is written is the problem. Because again, you can go right now to YouTube and just say, type Blade Runner short, and just watch the short with, you know, Jared Leto, and tell me if he's not a good actor. That's because that short was super well written. About replicants and about, you know. You watch Blade Runner 2049 and tell me if he's not really a good actor. If he's not portraying, you know, the villain in a pretty good way. So yeah, sometimes it's not the actor that is the problem. Give me Kadiro. Give me Kadiro, Perandus. Don't need you, Canvas. You're spawning in on a very stupid map. I'm not gonna do you, goes without saying. I do, however, would love to see my man Kadiro, who brings me pretty amazing gifts. 33 chance to contain Kadiro. There we go. Glad that you understood me. Chaos Engineer and Binding. Quite liking this build, to be honest. So far it's pretty good. Also I'm super over leveled for the place that I'm in, but whatever. This way Katava is gonna be feeling my wrath pretty soon. Man, still have Act 9 and the entirety of Act 10 to finish. Okay, now all we need is the bridge that connect both places together, the Lunaris and the Solaris, where we will fight. Speaking of which, no, of course I didn't. stupid me. I'm busy looting. Go away. Chromatic, and chaos orb. Lovely. Oh, there's the door. So that's probably the connecting bridge, isn't it? AKA not the place that I should be in. The harbor bridge, yeah. I still need... Definitely still need the Solaris orb, which I missed somewhere. Yeah, the Solaris temple I missed. Alright, let us go back to the Solaris temple and do this. Okay, I'm in the entirely wrong place. I've been distracted. I should not be even playing this. I'm doing it in the wrong order, to be honest. I should have already been finished with this map, this chapter, altogether. That's because I spent way too much time turning in circles to do this. I don't know, Idris Elba is a bit better than, you know, it is a bit serious, more serious than Will Smith is, so, and it's gonna probably work better for Deadshot, because the character of Deadshot is a serious guy, it's not a funny, playful fella, like Will Smith portrayed him. Because Will Smith tried to portray him just like he did in many of his cop movies, and whereas it works for many of those, it doesn't, sadly, work for Deadshot, so we're looking forward to that. Also, again, depends on the scenario. Man, I was so looking forward to the Dark Tower, and Idris Elba was on it, although the character that plays, he was playing a white character. Because of the stupid diversity and everything, the scenario ended up botched up and the movie was not so good. Makes me a bit sad. Right, here to fight. Iceberg. Lovely. Finally. And now? Now we can go fight Solaris and Lunaris, so I can finally end the stream. It's hard time almost. Like to buy your North Imperial stuff listed for 4 chaos and synthesis. What? Well, I'm not playing that league. Sorry, buddy.
Still breathing, eh?
Good luck.
Today I was checking my Instagram. Hey, this is Eagle. صحفت أركجان وجاك صباح. Today I was checking my Instagram and I saw a trailer for a new series about Spawn from DC. Oh, the good old Spawn. And it was incredible, but I wished that it was a movie though. Oh yes. Do you remember the old Spawn? That was a nice movie. I liked it. At the time, of course. Pretty unique. It was also the time when comic book movie adaptations were hideous and horrendous. And the only thing that, you know, the only movies that worked were Superman ones and probably Batman. Oh yeah, there was Blade. I love Blade. Marvel had Blade. Was working fine. This particular bridge is pretty neat because, as you can see, we're in the Solaris area, which is light and sun and everything, and then we are starting to drift into the Lunaris area. As you see, two forces, the Solaris and the Lunaris, are already fighting together. And as you go to the Lunaris area, you can see that it's night here and it's moonlight, which is pretty amazing. This is really good design. Force right in the middle, you find the boss, and right as we open the portal for the two bosses, they immediately fight together. No moment of response. This is amazing. Of course you will gonna be a casualty as you're going to be getting in the way and they're gonna be trying to fight you and kill you. One of the best bosses, to be honest, in Path of Exile. Pretty amazing. The day and night cycle and everything. Oh yeah. Sadly, I'm too overpowered to see all of their attacks. Goodbye, Solaris. Lunaris. Epic boss. Yeah, Blade was amazing, to be honest. Has amazing story and everything. However, Blade 3 was an abomination, to be honest with you. Lunaris and Garuhan. KKK. Lunaris and Garuhan. Garuktul. Tokuhama. Oh, of course I don't have those. Of course I don't. We'll take those for the time being. Alright. The old Hellboy is alright. The new one I have yet to try, and I have a feeling it's not going to be that interesting. To be honest with you. I don't know, from the trailers that they were showing, didn't look that interesting. It's not very interesting. Can take this one. %30 of damage is taken from mana before life. Click to allocate school and everything. Latest one, oh boy, it's incredibly horrible, trust me. Yeah, I don't know, haven't seen it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll wait for the HD quality, if you know what I mean. Three. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I might take that one. Could be good. Yep, could be good. and the Blood Aqueduct, which is Act 9. But yeah, so with Act 9, it's time for me to say goodbye, more likely good night. It's time to go eat something and of course watch something and go to bed. It is horror time after all. Until tomorrow, it's been a fun day. Thank you so much, Elise, for being with me here, keeping me company, and I will see you tomorrow. Until then, good night. Sas Horak.